Hi there, welcome. I am going to share with you my sponsoring activity, and there's three main things that I want you to look at as I'm going through it. First of all, watch the hook at the beginning. It's what gets their attention and makes them even want to listen to this. Secondly, watch the actual activity itself. Is it getting their interest going? Is it speaking to all different types of situations and people? And does it generate interest? And third, watch the commitment exercise at the end when I'm getting people to share with me things in the guest survey. I think those are three critical parts to a really effective sponsoring activity, because if you don't have those things, nobody's going to want to hear more, and that's the whole goal of the sponsoring activity. So I have just, in my shows, I do this right toward the end, right before we finish the guest survey. This is the last thing that we do on the guest survey. I've just modeled all the jewelry, we've just done our booking activity, and now I'm ready for this one final thing. So I'll say, ladies, before we go shop, I just want to share with you a couple of quick little things. And let me just say right out of the chute, I know you may not be even remotely interested in doing something like what I'm doing, but how many of you know somebody who could use some extra income? Maybe you know somebody who is nearing retirement and they just don't have enough money to keep things going and keep their lifestyle in retirement. Maybe you know someone who hates their job and is really looking for a change. Maybe you know somebody who loves their job, is a corporate woman or some other school teacher, anything, whatever, and they just want a little extra money to make ends meet at the end of the month. Maybe you know somebody who has to pay for competitive sports teams for their children, or dance competition teams that are super, super expensive, or put braces on their children, or pay for a wedding or college education or whatever. The reality is, we all know people like this, and you may not realize this, but Premier doesn't advertise. And so the only way people can find out about this is through word of mouth. I'm just going to tell you, Premier absolutely changed my life 24 years ago. I love it, and I would love your referrals. So I just want to share just a little bit about Premier, so when somebody comes across your path or you ever find yourself in that situation, you will be able to share with them a little bit about Premier and send them to me. And I love to give you free jewelry just for sending people my way. Okay, so real quickly, I think a lot of people would love to be able to do something fun like Premier and make great extra money while they're looking really cute, but they're so busy they can't imagine how they could fit it into their lives. So I want to show you how even a super busy woman could fit Premier in and around their life, whatever they do, no matter what they do. Okay, so I'm going to have Mary. Why don't you come on up here, Mary? So this is a little pretend person here. And Mary, I know that you've got school-age children, you work a full-time job, your kids are involved in baseball and they're on select teams and it's eating your lunch. And so you decided you would love to have just some fun extra money coming in so you could do fun things with your family and pay for all those sports. And so you decided to join Premier. And in your first week in Premier, you had no time for shows. You had baseball tournaments, big project at work, but you had some friends over for dinner on the weekend and your jewelry happened to be set out. And they saw some pieces that they wanted to get for birthday gifts for their mother and mother-in-law, and so they bought $200 worth of jewelry. And guess what, ladies? We make 50% of everything we sell. So you sold $200 worth, so guess what? You get $100 right up front. Awesome. Second week, you have a little bit of time in your schedule, so you had time for one jewelry show that week. It was on a Saturday morning, and it was a $500 show. So you made $250, okay? The next week, again, too much going on, huge project at work, but you have a friend that lives in Louisiana. She works in a hospital and wanted to do a catalog show. So she showed the catalog around. It was a $400 show. So you made $200 on that. And then the last thing, was that the second or third week? That was the third week. Okay, gosh. The fourth week, you had a little bit more time in your schedule and you did one jewelry show on a Tuesday evening. It was, again, a $400 show, so you made $200. And then a Sunday afternoon, you had an $800 show, and so you made $400. Okay? So I want you to count all that money up real quick, and let me just remind everybody here. Let's just think about what she did. In a whole month, she had 3 jewelry shows. She had 1 individual order and 1 catalog show. And Mary, tell me how much you made that month. $1,150. So it would be $1,150. Isn't that awesome? Who do you know that could use that at the end of their month to help achieve some of their goals and dreams? So real quickly, I want to answer just a few really quick questions, and you're going to get triple tickets just for asking one of these questions. And this is your last chance for tickets. So who wants to ask a question? Okay? And then I would just pass out those questions and answer them quickly. Okay, who's got number 1?
I have number 1.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not a salesperson. How could I sell the jewelry?
Oh gosh, I know that is a big concern because I had never sold anything ever before Premier. Honestly, I have seen every type of person do well with Premier because the reality is jewelry sells itself. I could literally say nothing, put the jewelry on the table, and people would buy it, right? I think there are really 2 main things that help somebody be successful in Premier. You've got to be willing to work at it because nothing works if you don't work, and you just really need to like and care about people. That's it. The jewelry sells itself. Okay? Number 2.
Okay. Do you have inventory or make deliveries?
Oh, 2 of the things that I love the most about Premier is we don't have to carry any inventory. We just have a few pieces that we get to wear and look cute in, and then we just show it. And it's all tax deductible. That's awesome. So you have to really consider that when you're looking for a business, because things where you have to carry inventory, it is much harder to make money with that. Okay, who has question number 3?
Okay, I do. How many nights a week do you do this?
You know, it's really up to the person. There are no quotas in Premier. You can totally work it around your life. You could even just be a seasonal person and do it during the seasons of your life that are open. Like if you're a school teacher, there are certainly going to be certain times of the year where you want to do more than others, like in the summer. It's just completely up to you. I personally do 1 or 2 a week because just for, think of that, giving up 1 evening of television, you could make an easy extra $200 to $400 or $500 or more. So it's helpful. Okay? Who's got number 4?
Okay, how much money do you make?
Like I said, every person from the moment they start makes 50% of everything they sell. And that's exactly what happened to me. From the moment I got started doing 1 or 2 shows a week, 5 to 7 a month, I always made between $1,000 and $2,000 extra every month just on my own personal sales. And I was so excited about that. I just started sharing that with other women and helping them get started. And that money started making our car payment and our mortgage payment. I made a great income on the side my first year in the business, and it has grown ever since. Okay, who has got the last? I think there's one more question.
Okay, how much does it cost to get into this business?
Okay, it costs $395 to be an independent distributor with Premier, which is awesome. That only takes about 1 to 3 shows max, usually 1 or 2 shows to pay that completely off. And that means that for about $1 a day, you have access to an incredible marketing department that develops all sorts of promos, a customer service department, a packing and shipping department that packs all the orders individually and ships them to our hostesses, a tax department that files all the state sales tax for us, so we don't have to hassle with that. It is incredible. You're going to pay that off in probably 1 to 2 shows, so it is an awesome deal. And then you actually have, what they do is they give you the opportunity, if you want to get fabulous samples, some top selling samples for a huge discounted rate. It's just awesome. You can even get started for no money down. If you've got decent credit or know somebody that does, you could get started for no money down, and if you pay it off in 6 months, it's same as cash. On average, I would say 1 to 3 or 4 shows, people are mostly paid off and making 50% profit. It is awesome. Okay, so I think you've got a little taste of what's involved in Premier. It has made all the difference in our family's life. Literally, it changed the course of our lives. We put 3 kids through private Christian school with Premier, 3 kids through college. Our 3rd is graduating next week. Woohoo! We're done. We paid for a wedding. We've taken kids on fabulous trips. It has been a life changer for us. So, real quickly, if you'll just for the last time pick up your guest survey, and I want you to go to question number 4. It says, I would consider listening to a conference call or meeting another time to hear more about Premier's opportunities. So hey, even if you're not interested at all, if you just want to hear a few more details about Premier, just so you can be on my referral team, or maybe you just want a little bit more information for yourself, go ahead and check yes right there on question number 4, and we will find a good time to get together, or an easy way for you to hear about Premier. It says, and it also says listening to a conference call or meeting. So here's the thing, you can hear about Premier in a lot of different ways. We have a fun video chat where you can just sit at home in your jammies on your computer screen or on your tablet or iPhone or Android, and you can actually hear the details about Premier on a video chat where we can actually see each other personally. I have some regular ones set up, but we can just do a private one. Just takes a few minutes and it's super easy. You could actually listen to a quick video. And I've got this little information packet here that has the link to a video that tells you a little bit about Premier. And remember, even if you're not interested at all, I would love to give you free jewelry just for listening and being on my referral team. So on question number 4, be sure to check yes. And on question number 5, it says I'd like an information packet about Premier's earning opportunities. If you would like to leave today with a little bit of information, just either for you or to pass on to somebody you know, just check yes on question number 5 and I'll send one of these home with you as well. And it's got that video link if you'd like to watch the video. Okay, last thing on question number 6, it says I know of someone who may want to hear about Premier. If you've got somebody that you think this could really benefit, let me just tell you, I'm so thankful that somebody cared enough to share it with me. And it literally was exactly what we needed in our lives. So if you've got somebody like that, I want you to know I will not stalk that person. You can just check with them and see if they'd like to hear more, and then I would be happy to call them. But remember, I'll give you $100 in free jewelry just for sending somebody my way if they join Premier. And I'll give you free jewelry just for sending me the referral. So thank you so much for listening. I love referrals, and now we're gonna go shop.